Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Spirits of Vengeance, issue number 5 of 5, War, the Gates of Hell, also 5 of 5. Okay, so everything gets resolved here. I mean, of course it does. It's the question of how. Was it any good? Yes. Yes, it was. So there has to be a bit of a sacrifice, but not necessarily the sacrifice of a life. All right. Ghost Rider was the key to all of this. He is, after all, the spirit of vengeance, and this was all about vengeance in many ways. The fallen angels, the demons, never got over the idea of their loss against the war against heaven. And again, I can't emphasize enough how much I really don't like the idea that we're bringing Christianity or Judo Christianity into the comic books. That's one thing where it's like, dude, DC has always gotten off on that. They've kind of veered away from that for a while, at least. I'm yeah, like this is the only reason why I hope that this doesn't actually turn into something else. Like I don't want to see Spirits of Vengeance continue. It's a great story, but it yeah, if you have to rely on biblical, storytelling in order to get a story across, then I don't need you in a lengthy series of any sort. So what happens here is Ghost Rider is able to diffuse the metal and possibly permanently. This is a speculation by Damon Hellstrom. It's good. It's for all intents and purposes, it's a really good story. It was definitely a lot of fun. But again, I just don't want to see Judeo Christianity in my comic books. You know what I'm saying? Comic books is a religion unto itself. We don't need further religious connotation in here. Uh, Two things. One is that Damnation is going to feature the Midnight Suns. There have been a lot of people clamoring for, hopefully this book leads to something with Midnight Suns. I don't know if this book necessarily led to it, but we are going to have the Midnight Suns reforming in the Damnation storyline, which is mostly Doctor Strange, but it will be a mini crossover event all over. And it's looking like the first part may be Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider issue number 1. It says coming soon. In fact, let me just look at that. Yeah, I know. Not too shabby, right? Oh, maybe you can see it better that way. Anyway, it's looking pretty good. I'm looking forward to this. So, Damnation is looking good. This was pretty good. I'm going to give this a B. Mind you, this is not just for the comic book itself, this is for the whole storyline. It was very passable. I think that if they were able to find a way to not incorporate again, religion into it would have been better. But there was a really cool moment in here where they did have some really good theological, philosophical context. There was just, you know what? I'm going to leave it for you guys to actually buy the comic yourself and read it for yourself. The final words that Michael has for the group was actually pretty interesting. I liked it a lot. Just again, this probably would have been better in a DC comic book. All right, guys, that's it from me, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.